This is the Dzogchen Sendai Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. Let's explore mindfulness, the first enlightenment factor, followed by group meditation. We're going to begin with what mindfulness is not. And I guess the first thing I got to do is push the right button in the right sequence. So I'm going to tap this button, and then I'm going to tap this button. Okay. Sturgeon's law reminds us that 90% of everything sucks, including people, including meditation teachers. Therefore, 90% of meditation teachers are so rigid, fearful, superstitious, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel that they enthusiastically confuse focus with mindfulness. What's the difference? Well, the only part of our central nervous system that can focus is our medial prefrontal cortex. But it's kind of like a gas tank. There's only so much gas in the tank. When we overwork this region of our brain, we cannot help but begin presenting with symptoms of depression, no less triggering our amygdala, the seat of both anxiety and aggression. Now, I don't know about anybody who wakes up in the morning and says, you know, what I really need is to be an anxious and aggressive SOB. No, nobody says that. No one says, I'm going to focus so I can be extra miserable. Nobody does that. And yet, people extra focus because they've been told to, or because their conditioning has told them to, and they reap horrible results. I know in the past that's what I did. I didn't like the results. I know that's what my teachers did, and I know that's what my fellows did, and we each got very cranky results from that, very anxious result. No one likes that. So what is the neuroscience of mindfulness? Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, we are wired to automatically access a specific region of our autonomic nervous system, the middle bit of our spinal cord, whose fancy name is the sympathetic nervous system. It is evolved to help us to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly mind's antics of perception. You know, sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, sounds, and the like. Sense and the like, including the full spectrum of human emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings. Everything from the external to the internal, from the physical to the mental, from the pleasurable to the painful, from the interesting to the boring, from the glorious to the grotesque. So, in a nutshell, focus uses the front part of our brain. Mindfulness uses the middle part of our spinal cord. What are the benefits of authentic mindfulness? The more we vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, fleetingly cooperate with our sympathetic nervous system, you know, instead of actively competing against it, the more we cooperate with it, the more the anxiety and aggression of our amygdala is calmed, the more we set ourselves up from the peace latent within our parasympathetic nervous system, we'll get to that in a minute, and the more we gently stimulate the anterior cingulate gyrus, which functions as the hub of our mirror neurons, the seat of empathy, the root of both compassion and love. Great, sign me up. How do we do this? How do we overcome a lifetime of conditioning to actively compete against our autonomic nervous system and at long last cooperate with it? Super simple. The key to watching the antics of mind is to silently and mentally recite the verb watch every time we feel air enter our nostrils. What do we do with all that stuff that we noticed during our previous inhalation? We meditate. In a nutshell, we relax into minds. We relax during our exhalation to such a degree that that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel less stressful, less permanent, less defining, and even as non-graspable as a vast empty void. You know, like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although could look tantalizing to the eye, could feel non-graspable to the hand. The rule of thumb, which helps us to rest in mind's nature, is to simply silently and mentally recite the verb rest every time we feel air exit our nostrils. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this a live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. For Meditate Like a Jedi is made possible thanks to the generosity of viewers, just like you. For the remainder of this morning's live stream, let us sit and breathe and watch and rest. Let us rest the first knuckle at the base of our right middle finger upon the tip of our left middle finger, palms up in our lap. I misspoke. Let us rest the first knuckle at the base of our right index finger upon the tip of our left index finger, palms up in our lap. Like a palm tree in the breeze, let us swing forward and back, and left and right, and gently twist. Let us switch gears physically by resting the first knuckle, the lowest knuckle, on our right middle finger, on the tip of our left middle finger, palms up in our lap. And let us switch gears mentally by silently and mentally reciting the verb feel during each inhalation, silently and mentally reciting the verb feel every time we feel our chest swell with breath, and silently and mentally reciting the verb rest every time we feel our chest subtly sink as gently we exhale. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening lesson, followed by the group practice of meditating like a Jedi. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.